Hello, I'm Jeff Myers, and welcome to Elgin Today. On this edition, Tuesday, August 6th is Elgin's National Night Out Against Crime. We'll get a chance to hear information from the Elgin Police Department, Sherry Eschenbrenner and Christy Schmidt. Joe Vasallo, co-chair for the Elgin Short Film Festival, has details for those interested in entering a short film in the competition. The event itself takes place at the Hemmons Cultural Center on Saturday, September 21st. We turn the clock back for a bit of history, the first weekend in June at the Elgin Civil War Experience. Mayor David Captain in his segment talks about an amazing business on Elgin's west side called LSI, as the mayor talks with Lee Colquist, president and CEO of the company. And for our final story, we learn from Laura Knorr about the Channing Square Neighborhood Garden. We'll have these stories and more on this edition of Elgin Today. Here on our July edition of Elgin Today, we're delighted we're going to get a look-see at August 6th, National Night Out, and we have you, Christy Schmidt, you're with us.
Yes, I am. We're here to talk about National Night Out 2019. It's an awesome night out nationally, so everywhere across the country, people are going to be having a night out against crime. We do that in Elgin on Tuesday, August 6th from 6 to 8 p.m.
All right, and you're going to particularly look at what's happening at Festival Park. Is that? We should say hello to Sherry Eschenbrenner as well. You'll tell us about the individual block parties.
Correct.
Right?
I'm Sherry Eschenbrenner. I am a community outreach specialist here at Elgin Police Department. And like we said, it's kind of a twofold. I kind of coordinate the individual neighborhood block parties. So right now we have 31 of them that are registered. 9 of them are rope and nope. I know one of the biggest ropes that you go to is usually the Heather Farrell rope party, right?
Delightful
on Spring Street,
gathering in spring.
But we also have 31 of them total. If you host a party, you are going to be visited. We're going to have city mascots, and we're going to have dignitaries. Usually it's the city council.
Yes.
Officers drive them, and a mascot. Right now, we have confirmed McDonald's, Hamburglar, and Birdie. Little Kickers, Rabbit, Santa Claus, Mrs.
Santa Claus character is going to be?
Yeah.
Oh, I know him. He's quite good. We've had him the last few years.
If you're nice.
He ends up at, yeah, I never get visited by Santa, but he ends up at Festival Park, too, doesn't he?
Yeah, yes, he does. Elgin State Bank Buck, their Buck Dog. We got Incredibles,
All right.
Marcus Theater Stubby, and a couple others. So it's fun because we divvy up the cars in about 8 different cars. They go to each party. They can only stay 10, 15 minutes,
Yeah.
and then we move on. And then the big finale is we're going to head on down to Festival Park so that
Everybody
everybody
ends up.
down there can see all the dignitaries, the officers, and the mascots as well, plus Elgin Fire. They are also going around to the parties as well.
Oh, wonderful. And before we leave you right in this moment, about 5:50, we assemble for a great photo out in front.
That's right. Yes. Yeah, I would say more about 5:30-ish,
All right.
because we want a picture out on the front, and then everybody's got to get in their cars, and then they got to head out to their parties, and some got to go way west, so we got to move.
You're going to tell us at Festival Park, which has become really the showcase in recent years.
Well, sometimes folks don't have a party near them. And so what we found is that with 30, 40 parties, there's a lot of people who don't have a party close enough. So we want them to have somewhere to go. So we did an all-city block party at Festival Park a few years ago, and it was a pretty big hit.
Great.
All right, so we want people to be able, National Night Out is Night Out Against Crime. So we want people to have safety information, crime prevention information, anything like that, to have a partnership with us at Elgin Police. So coming out, they're gonna have that sort of information available through several EPD units. We're gonna have the SWAT team there with the bat and their equipment, which is always a big hit. They're gonna have a dunk tank, so you can dunk a SWAT officer.
Warming up my arm right now.
Yes, and for a good cause, for Special Olympics Illinois. We're going to have our evidence response team out there. We'll have the drone team, communications, so a ton of Elgin stuff. And then also Elgin Fire Department intends to be there. They're going to have some vehicles there on display, their smokehouse, their fire pole, so things like that. We have a lot of community partners, probably 30 plus community partners, so they will have also crime prevention, safety, health, community resource info. New this year, we have the Illinois State Police rollover car.
Wow.
And National Guard with a climbing wall, hopefully.
6 o'clock, it all starts at Festival Park?
Oh, yes, Festival Park is 6 to 8 p.m. At 8 p.m., the vendors will break down for the movie in the park, which is Angels in the Outfield.
Wow.
So there'll be a lot of good stuff, food trucks, concession stand, tons of good information, and a good time for all ages.
What a night it is. We got to scoot. Sherry, nice job.
Thank you.
Can you list those characters again? No, we wish we had time. And Christy Schmidt, what's your title?
Crime prevention specialist.
All right, we're out of here. August 6th. Don't miss it. Here in the month of July, with the Hemmons Cultural Center as a backdrop, we get ready. Joe Vasallo, co-chair you are, of the Elgin Short Film Festival. Tell us about entering movies.
Jeff, we're happy to have the 11th Annual Short Film Festival kick off. We're looking for entries. We need your films. Right now, we've had about 15 entries. We are officially an international film fest again this year. We did have a film come all the way in from Great Britain already. But we're looking to add more to that. Really looking for some animation films and as much live action as we can get.
The event's September 21, but you've got the whole month of this July to get those films in and
That's
more.
right. The films can be 20 minutes or less, including credits, and we need them in. If you get them in by the 2nd of August, it's $40. If you don't get them in by then, you have until the 23rd of August, but it's an extra $10. It's a $50 fee then.
All right. So, and how would we can go online and see where to enter?
Online, enter filmfreeway.com.
All right. Now, you're going to be a little stronger with some of the storyboards. Is that right?
I don't know about that, but we'll see how
Potentially?
Potentially. It depends on the film, right? And if I'm on the storyboard, that means they can't enter in the Elgin Short Film Festival. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. But you're taking all entries from everyone, aren't you?
We're taking entries from everyone. This year, the biggest change we had to our entries is that this films, in the past, we've kind of had a PG-13 kind of deal with our films. This year, we're opening up a little farther. We're going to get a little more films in with basically an R rating. If your film is up to an R rating, you can enter in this year's film festival. You won't be thrown out. We've had films every year. We get a couple really good films in that have that R level rating, but we've had that rule that we had to change this year, just so that we can get some of those really good films in this year.
All right, and you'll let everybody know that. Now, we some of the movies are shown at Fringe Festival, are they not?
Right. Usually we have a selection committee, or always, not usually. We always have a selection committee watch all the films. The top 2 or the top films out of the selection committee automatically go to the finals. The next 2 in each category are chosen by the audience at the Elgin Fringe Festival, which will be September 15th.
All right, and animation, folks have done that as well, haven't they?
I love the animation. I'm an animation junkie. So last year we had great stop motion animation that I thought was fabulous. We get some really good animated films in every year, so we love to see those.
Wonderful. You're like in Toy Story 4 now, aren't you?
I should be.
He's a voiceover in some of those, I think.
My friends say I am a cartoon, Joe.
Oh, well, and put to life here on this edition of Elgin Today. We appreciate that. Again, the whole month of July as we talk with you, right up through August 2, $40, August 23, $50.
Correct.
For the entries.
Correct.
And where do we go online to look at it?
Filmfreeway.com.
September 21, we say hello to Mike Toomey, the great WGN star, who's always the MC as well. That's fun, isn't it?
We're happy to have Mike back. He does an extraordinary job every year, and we couldn't ask for a better MC.
Now in his 9th year in the event itself, and it's 11th. September 21, 6 o'clock for the red carpet.
Yep, Judy's getting the plans going on that. I can't I can't tip my hat
I've
too
heard
much
some
on
stories.
that.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I don't want to tip my hat.
Always a show before the show. That's what it is. So,
That's right.
Joe Vasallo, co-chair, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Jeff.
We'll see everybody. Don't forget to enter. We'll see you in September for the 11th Annual Elgin Short Film Festival.
Awesome.
Next, we went to the Elgin Civil War experience the first weekend in June. It really is a total learning experience with reenactors taking us back to the war between the states from 1861 to 1865. On this particular event, we saw a cannon that dates back to the 2nd year of the war.
My name is Patrick DeGeorge. I'm the commanding officer of Battery G, 2nd Illinois Light Artillery, and I'm from McHenry, Illinois.
This cannon has history.
It is. So this is an original bronze 12-pound Napoleon. It was made at the Greenwood Foundry in Cincinnati in 1862. This barrel is one of only 154 bronze guns, bronze 12-pounders that were made at the Greenwood Foundry. It's also one of the only ones that was never assigned to an Ohio unit during the war. This cannon actually originally belonged to the 5th Indiana Light Artillery, and the 5th Indiana was involved in battles such as the Perryville, Resaca, and was part of Sherman's March in 1864.
How did your group happen to get this?
You know, that's hard to say. I've been doing this a long time. Our group has had it longer than I've been with the group. Most of the older members have since passed on, so the exact details of how we came about this cannon, we're not sure.
And it's still a working cannon, isn't it?
It is a fully functional cannon. We will actually be firing it during the event today. We do fire blanks. We'd never live fire it. While we believe that she would be able to sustain firing actual cannon fire out of this, we don't want to tempt fate because it is such a rare gun.
We're so delighted you came to Elgin with this great history.
Well, thank you. This has always been a fun event. We had a little bit of rain last year, but it was still fun to come out and play in the sun while we could. And we always enjoy being out here.
Well, the city and all the area enjoys it and loves having you here.
Well, thank you very much.
And thanks for the great history of the cannon.
Absolutely, thanks.
The young kids love that history, so now they can say that.
It's great to show them an actual piece of history. And in fact, this cannon actually does have a name. Her name is Molly. It was the name Molly was actually carved on during the war, and in fact is actually carved into the back of the gun where it's still legible today.
And more Turn Back the Clock history came to us from this visit to one of the civilian camps of reenactors that came to Elgin on this visit.
I am making a cot quilt for the soldiers. I am a member of the Ladies' Aid Society, affiliated with the United States Sanitary Commission. The Sanitary Commission has asked us to put together quilts in a very specific size to fit the cots in the hospitals so that when the soldiers arrive, either with wounds or illnesses, that they can have a covering and be warm. These were very simple quilts. They were scrappy. They were done in a 9-patch form. Oftentimes the ladies would go ahead and take the patches themselves, and each woman would be responsible for making a square. And then they would all get together and they would sew all of the squares together, and you ended up with 8 squares in a length, 3 wide, and then there was a 4.5-inch border in between each one, and then a 6-inch border at the foot and the head. And these were done so that they could make them rather fast, so that they could get them off to the soldiers. They were hand tied in between, and many of these actually survive even still today in museums and stuff like that. My name is Jenna Tyson. I am from North Prairie, Wisconsin.
You enjoy your stop here in Elgin?
I do. This is very nice. This is my first time here. Other members of our group have been here for the last 3 years now. But this is the first time I've had an opportunity to come down myself. But the noise that you heard, those probably my guys as well. My husband and my 2 boys are part of Cushing's Battery, 4th U.S. Light Artillery. And so they're down here making noise as well.
It's time for our segment with Mayor David Captain here on Elgin Today. Mayor, we're in a fancy place today.
We sure are, Jeff, and recently remodeled, and I was just out here for the 25th anniversary. And we've been doing this program for 8 years now since I became mayor. We looked at doing things that were originally Elgin and things that were unique to Elgin. We've gone to parks. And today we're going to do something that I think we're going to start a new trend. We're going to uncover businesses that have been here a long time, and they've kind of flown under the radar screen.
This is your investigative reporting almost.
And it is almost pretty close to that. And LSI is one of those, formerly Lending Solutions. And Lee Colquist, the CEO, is with us today. We're going to talk about what they do. And they employ a large number of people in Elgin. They employ veterans. We're talking, when we were out here a few weeks ago, we talked about bringing young people into this kind of a business and to talk about the work that they do. So, Lee, welcome, and we'll let you start off and tell us what you do out here and how many people do you have working here and what kind of this is a nationwide organization now.
That's quite a setup, Lee. Can you do that?
Boy, that's a tough act to follow.
It is.
Yeah, we have been in LSI now for 25 years here in Elgin. We have offices in Naperville, Chicago, and most recently in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Great.
Here in Elgin, we employ between 350 and 375 people.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, your facility's mammoth. We don't think it's that big, but we're walking through it. I had to rest.
Well, yeah, it is. It's 38,000 square feet
Whoa.
here, and we've got her filled up, that's for sure. And we just opened up an office as well, just half a block from here with another 14,000 square feet. So we can hope to continue to grow here in Elgin.
We're on the far west side, just off of Randall Road, aren't we?
We are right on the north east quadrant of Randall and 90 out here.
See, puts it in mind's eye, Mayor.
Right, and we're on Point Boulevard, and really in an area that's been really growing. And this whole area along Randall Road has been really growing, and one of the assets for this this facility and the facilities around us is the transportation and proximity to I-90. And Lee, tell us what you do. Tell us what LSI makes.
The office workers always, what do you do, Lee?
LSI makes individuals into financial institution agents. They are professionals in that they serve members' needs of credit unions and needs of customers of banks. And we help them with their financial needs when they call in and have customer service questions. Wow. We take loan applications. We underwrite loan applications, whether it be consumer, mortgage. We also do some collection work on behalf of the institutions. They hire us to extend their hours, to better serve their customers and members. And we do that with an employee base that we recruit through what we call our LSI Training Academy. We bring them in here. They don't have to have any skill or previous experience in banking or in customer service. We put them through 6-8 weeks of training. When they come out, they are loaded for bear, and they are ready to serve the customers and members' needs of financial institutions. And they have plenty of opportunities to earn additional skills, earn additional incentives, and when they learn all the parts of our business, they are one trained individual in financial services.
Wow. And voices originating here in Elgin, Mayor, are heard all over the globe.
It is. And correct me if I'm wrong, Lee, but if I make a call to my bank or my credit agency, and I assume I'm talking to the people on Randall Road in Elgin, it may not be the bank. It may be you guys.
Yeah.
Well, there's a really good chance. We take about 500,000 calls a month.
Wow.
And we do it transparently. And so when the customers or members of credit unions and banks call their institutions, there's a good chance in off hours, meaning when the bank or credit union is normally closed, or on weekends, they're talking to our agents, and we do it transparently. You wouldn't know any different. Wow. We have customer financial institutions in 47 states.
Wow.
And
we're skipping 3 just for good measure.
Yeah, there's a couple of them I guess we haven't quite got to yet.
We'll get them eventually.
Yeah, and there's 325 institutions. So again, for our agents to sit there and take calls on behalf of 325 different financial institutions and do it transparently, you've got to be well trained and well motivated in serving the needs of those people.
That shows how good our workforce in our Elgin and area.
Absolutely. And when I talk about them being here undercover, they're open 364 days a year, 24 hours a day.
Really?
And they're fully staffed here, and they can answer calls from all over the country. And Lee, let me ask you a question. If I call and there's an individual that's trained here, maybe learn loans, and then they would be just particularly answering questions on loans, and then maybe they might move on and do things on banking and investing and stuff like that at some future time.
No question. They enter our company either through our customer service area, or they enter our company through the loan area. And they learn the loan skill of taking loan applications, or they come in on the customer service side, which is handling the customer service general banking questions that they would have. From there, they get cross-trained and learn the other skill, and then from there get into our underwriting. We underwrite between 650 and 700,000 loans a month.
Wow.
So we have 150 to 180 representatives, agents within our company who underwrite loan applications on behalf of these financial institutions. And what's so critical is in today's world when the customer base out there is so impatient. Everything's now, right? Everything's from the cell phone. They want it now. They don't want to wait. Well, we bring that to all these financial institutions, so our responsiveness is within minutes. So not only are we answering the phone within minutes, but we handle those transactions to get the customers and members off the market to do business with the institution that they're calling and are part of. So it's all timing, and again, with technology the way it is now, and cell phones and online banking, and we're able to satisfy all those people out there looking for answers or loans on behalf of their institutions.
25 years ago, how did you determine Elgin?
Well, the start of this company came from three individuals that were friends back in the 80s, and we had an insurance group right across the tollway called Stewart Associates. And so we started here in the mid to late 70s, the three individuals, and then LSI started 20 years later in 1994. So we just moved across the tollway, and so we like it here in Elgin.
You knew that, didn't you, man? Yeah.
I didn't know that, but I do now. One of the things I think that is kind of important, and we'll always people looking for jobs. What do you look for in an individual that would like to come out here and apply for a job? What are the qualities that you're looking for?
And I'm dropping my resume today.
I hope you do. And bring your friends.
Yes.
Attitude. They've got to have the right attitude. They've come in here. They don't have to have the experience, as I mentioned before. But if they come in here with the right attitude, we will train them with the skills. And we need that we work hard around here, but we play hard. We have fun. We love to recognize, as you witnessed when we had our 25-year celebration. Each month we recognize anniversaries who are hired on a given month. We like to party. We like to have fun, but we work hard. And so we're looking for people with the right attitude. They're looking to come to work for a good young organization, only 25 years, and they've got to be customer service oriented.
We're down to about 2 minutes, man.
Okay. One of the things, Jeff, that impressed me, and it's you never expect this kind of thing when you visit somebody, but they have high security here. The employees have to, they can't bring a cell phone in, they can't bring a pencil and paper in, and there are reasons for that. And they are protecting the David Captain's bank account and David Captain's financial information because they can access those things, and they're going to keep it here. And it's going to what comes in here stays here. Let's put it that way.
And even David Captain had to sign in, so you know it's a
Oh, you better believe it. And he had a badge, but we took it off him for this interview. So, yeah, it is. We have a lot of data here, private information from all the customers we serve. And, yeah, we do have to protect that data. That's job one, is security and data protection to keep the bad guys out. And, yeah, we spend an enormous amount of money on that front. And, yes, our agents know, our people know, not agents, all of our associates know that with today technology, we can't have anything with camera ready. Sure. And we've got to keep that off the floor to, again, protect all that data.
Lee Colquist, we're almost out of time. Thanks for having us. This is a beautiful place.
Nice to have you here, and I'm glad you're here now because 2 years ago we hadn't finished this beautiful renovation. And our people love it. We love it. And we love Elgin.
We're taking your backdrop with us wherever we go.
Oh, you can't have it.
Oh, darn it.
And,
Mayor, that was
and
great.
Jeff, I've seen, I was out here and visited them on the 25th, and I saw a lot of happy employees. So I think it's a great place to work, and I think it's something that young people in the city of Elgin can look at staying local and living local and continue to work in our community.
Great. You and Mike Warren came out here, didn't you?
We did, yes.
You have a thought?
Jeff, we are growing. We need, we have classes every month. We're looking for new associates. So to anyone that's looking at this, whether you're just out of high school or later in life, the veterans, anyone with disability, we encourage all to apply here at LSI. We need you.
Well, come on out. I'm going to lose all my staff already. So we have to scoot, man.
Jeff, thanks a lot. We'll look forward to seeing you next month.
Lee, a marvelous place.
Oh, thank you for coming.
All right. That's our segment with Mayor David Captain. Let's take a quick look at the early weeks of the Elgin Farmers Market every Friday from 3 to 7 p.m. at South Grove Avenue and also at DuPage Court in Elgin, as we hear from Christina Gonzalez, Events and Promotions Coordinator of the Downtown Neighborhood Association.
We have had a great June for opening season. I can't get over how much great weather we've had, our great vendors. So July, we're going to keep it going, keep it growing. We've got Dog Days of Summer. Our market is dog friendly, so please bring your dogs down. We're going to celebrate, have a little pet contest, vote for dog in show. July 12th is our Dog Days of Summer. And then for Elgin Bike Day, of course, we're going to have Elgin Bike Hub down, teaching us about the importance of biking to and from work, the importance of bike safety, and even the proper way to ride your bike. July 26th is Elgin Bike Day. We're here at the Farmers Market every Friday from 3 to 7 until October 4th.
My name's Annika Spain. I was just at the local farmers market here in Elgin, and I was with my mom where we bought some roasted nuts, we bought beer brats, we bought garlic brats, we bought local honey, and there was so much to see, so much to buy. It was a great experience here in Elgin.
Hi, this is Rich Perez, and I'm here at the Elgin Farmers Market today, and we're having a great time with my family, seeing lots of wonderful homemade and local shops that have out on display for some great foods and some great items that we see out here. Having a great time, wonderful weather. You should be out here. Don't miss it.
My name is Connie Vukalik. I am a 7-year beekeeper at Danan Apiaries, which is right on the corner of Lake Street and Bartlett Road. Dennis and Ann own the apiary, and they've been doing honey out there for about 30 years. I brought my observation hive with today for National Pollinator Week, and then of course we have National Honeybee Day in August, which I will bring the bees back for that day as well. I love the farmers market. We're off to a great season this year. Last week was really busy, lots of traffic, and beautiful day again today, so we're seeing a lot of people.
And certainly you can see that kids and ice cream go together at the Elgin Farmers Market. And kids, a reminder, July 12th, Dog Days of Summer at the Elgin Farmers Market. We'll see you there. The first walk with the mayor for 2019 on June 19th was a bit of a rainy night. Several hardy walkers managed to travel through the Gifford Park neighborhood, with Mayor David Captain leading the way. The starting point for the walk-in for the night was 111 North Channing Street and the East Side Gardens, with 30 planters at what's called Channing Square. Laura Knorr of the neighborhood talked to the crowd and to Elgin today about what these gardens mean to the area. On this rainy day, we're standing right here. We've got 30 beds here that have been put together by you and the great neighbors here. Is that right?
Right. This is actually a project of the Gifford Park Association, which encompasses the neighborhood from Park Avenue over through Villa and east to Liberty and west to Center.
So all those folks have plantings here.
Yes, although we've been gracious, and there's a few people from outside the area that have a bed because they were enthusiastic and
Wonderful.
Put their money where their mouth was.
Well, the more the merrier. Tell me what this means to our area and our community.
I think this is such an absolutely fantastic way for people to meet their neighbors and to get out and enjoy the rain or the sun, and the people in the neighborhood actually just have a vision for this space being a community center. I mean, it was the center of where YMCA was here.
Right.
And so it seems to have that heart. And so we've got 30 beds here that are in various
Stages of...
That's right.
Yeah.
And various levels of expertise. And we've got master gardeners here, and we've got beginners. So, and one bed is, we think, entirely squash, and one family wanted to plant entirely watermelons.
Wonderful.
So,
Can we grow watermelons in this part of the country?
yeah, you can.
Little guys, huh? Yeah. Officer Ramirez of the Elgin Police Department, he has a bed. Now, what is his bed over here?
His bed is the one right beyond mine. Mine's the one with the monarch on it. His is the next bed.
And his
over.
bed, it has what inside it? We should know our plantings, but we don't from this distance.
Oh, yeah. It's potatoes, sweet corn, tomatoes, squash. I can't remember. Oh, I think he's got some onions.
Wow, that's quite a variety. Now, Mayor Captain said this is really a plan for the entire city to have. You've gotten a lot of questions from other folks.
Yes.
Can we do it here? We have small
Right.
gardens. We have gardens with the flowers and things. They've done that over the years, but never this extensive.
Right, and the thing about a city, an inner city, is that we have very mature trees and very small yards. And so, for instance, I have a real hard time raising regular vegetables because I don't get enough sun. I have had some successful squash, and I try to raise tomatoes, never successfully. So I'm hoping this year I get some because I love fresh tomatoes.
Yeah, right.
So, but it's a lot of people don't have the space. That's why it's so important, I think, to have this amenity.
For the area, for the
Yes.
city. Thanks a lot, Laura, and congratulations on great work. The next walk with the mayor will be July 17th in the Swan neighborhood, starting at Lowry School. You can learn more about the information you saw here in Elgin today or about city services, programs, and events by going to the Elgin website at www.cityofelgin.org. And now the City of Elgin has a 311 contact center. Elgin 311. Call, click, connect. by calling 311, the city's information and request resource. Elgin Today was produced by BTE Video for the City of Elgin. For everyone here, thanks for watching Elgin Today.